Hi everyone, and welcome to our video series again. So I'm happy to have John here with me. This is a Zoom meeting, but some of you know that we started our talks about student success, and we started that before the COVID, and we had some videotapes, and for a while we stopped that until we're back now. And John, I haven't seen you for a while, but we have been always talking on the phone. And just to tell our viewers that we haven't been idle, a lot has been going on because of the pandemic. So
Right.
maybe, John, you can probably start. I'm sure you have done a lot of work on your own, and I'm happy you were talking about that on the phone, and we finally decided to get together and share that with our public.
Right.
So, want to go ahead and kind of talk about that, John?
Sure. Just want to say hi to everybody. Hope you're all safe. Yeah, it's been an interesting year. Being isolated has its positives in that it forces you to do something to keep sane. In my case, I got productive. Um, I wrote a short story that I submitted to a national competition. We're waiting to hear on that. But also, and more importantly, to what we're doing, I wrote an educational book, or I like to call it a guide, for anyone seeking to improve his or her test taking skills. Um, I call it the an imperfect diamond, one teacher's guide to the psychology of test taking. The psychology of test taking is a very critical factor. And Robert, you and I have discussed this over the years. We have many years between us of teaching. And it's funny how we first happened on this. It was just a side discussion where we were talking about things we saw in the classroom that prevented students from scoring better. We knew they had the ability, we knew they did the work, but for some reason there was something blocking them. And so for those of you watching this video, we identified 11 different areas, 11 primary areas, and then there are 4 or 5 sub areas that deal specifically with psychology that come into play here. And all of these are dealt with in the guide. As to the guide itself, one thing I noted when I was writing it was that these issues aren't just unique to an actual physical classroom. They apply to any forum for studying, be it virtual or whatever. And what also came out is it's the methods used when you're preparing, when you're studying, when you're learning that can make or break how you score. It can help you score better, or if you don't address these things, you might not score as well as you would like to. Where can this come into play? It can come into play for students, just passing a test. It can come into play for testing to go on to university. It can come into play for testing for jobs, for licenses, professional licenses. Any of you out there who are in that category, who've taken a test for a state license, know that some of them can be pretty brutal. I submit that all the facets we're going to be talking about in this guide and upcoming courses that we're developing consistent with the guide can help you achieve a higher score.
So I read part of that guide, and it's very useful because on my syllabi I usually put how to study for this class, and when I read part of your booklet, I think just uploading that booklet and on the syllabi, it's not long and it's very useful. So even professors can use that to read that and share that with their students. It's all about psychology of learning, and there are different ways of learning. And if you are a student, you can read that and then see uh, which one suits you the best. If you are a professor or you're a teacher, then you can kind of see which one suits the best for your students. Because John, you and I know there in our classroom, we always have different types of students, and they're all able to succeed as long as they find the way of doing it. So some of them we recognize and we help them, and some of them they we're not able to help. However, they go and they come back and they succeed.
Right.
So if somebody has any questions or about your booklet and they want to kind of take a look at it, can they get in touch with you, John? Or
Yes, actually, they could reach out to either one of us. You can contact me directly at john@mathacademia.com.
write that, let me share the screen, and then you can email me too, and I can forward the email. If I can help, then I will help you. If well, maybe you let's share that your booklet a little bit. It's I know it's still you're you're working on that. It's gonna get published and all that, and pretty soon we're gonna have it online for our viewers. So do you want to share probably a couple of pages of that with us, John?
Sure. You're gonna have to guide me here. I'm not a Zoom expert.
Go to share screen,
All righty.
and then you can share that page.
There it is. Okay. All right. Can you see it?
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, this is the cover page. It's exactly as I indicated earlier, Imperfect Diamond, one teacher's guide to the psychology of test taking. Let me slip on down here real quickly. This page here goes to a little bit of what I just said as to who might need to use this, or rather who could benefit by using this. But let me show you the diamond itself that I created here. You'll see all the different facets. You see that the diamond is imperfect because learning is never absolutely balanced. There's always something that dominates, and you address that, and then something else becomes dominant and grabbing your attention, forcing your attention. But within the colored areas, those are the 11 areas I just talked about. And then you'll see the outlying terms: focus, self-esteem, patience, anxiety. These are the psychological issues that we also deal with along the way. But we go into a discussion on each one of these diamond facets. For instance, we talk about the difference between being intelligent and being smart. A lot of times those are interchangeable, but in reality, they can be dramatically different things. Intelligence is what we're born with. Your IQ stays the same throughout your life. Where being smart, well, let me back up. Intelligence is nature, you're born with it. Being smart is nurture or environmental. It's what we learn along the way, all the way from the time we're born and perhaps even before we're born. I saw evidence in a study I did, a psychological study of pregnant women and their newborns, and women who had trouble during the pregnancy. Maybe they were in arguments a lot or stressed a lot or something like that. When they gave birth, the babies often came out with a frown on their face already. I was shocked to see this. And they're fussy, they're difficult to deal with. Wherein other members of the group who sang during the pregnancy, played music during the pregnancy, had a good existence when the baby was born. They were smiley, they were happy, they were complacent. So it suggested to me that even in the womb, we have this environmental impact of what impacts our lives. Now, in the book or in the guide and in the course itself, we're going to talk a lot about what intelligence can do for you, what being smart can do for you. Person might be intelligent but not smart, might be smart but not so intelligent. I've had students over the years, some of whom were highly intelligent, but they just weren't smart in the way they were handling their lives, the way they were addressing the material I was conveying to them. On the other side of the coin, I had some students who were not of high intelligence, but they had grown up on the streets, so to speak, and they had the street smarts. They had to work harder to achieve what some of the others were more easily attaining. But what I saw was those with the ability to be smart fared better than otherwise. So, and the guide goes into this in depth, and also the course material, the lectures. We'll talk about this a lot.
Yeah, very interesting. So the timeline, I think we're going to announce it because we are going to keep having these talks. Again, it's Clear Vision 2020, now it's Clear Vision 2021. And probably every week we're going to come up with a subject that is helpful for student success, because this is mainly our goal. So, and do some research on that and share it with our audience. Now, what we can do, John, you can probably stop sharing, and I'm going to share our email addresses so our viewers can see. I just wrote it down.
Okay. There you go.
Share my screen with our email addresses. So again, if you have any questions about the booklet, you can email John at mathacademia.com, or you can even email me. If I can answer, I will. If I not, I'll forward the email to John. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Let me stop sharing this.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And I think that's good enough for today. Please subscribe to our channel if you like it, like the topic, and we're gonna see everyone very soon. So probably next week we're gonna have a new topic to talk about, and John's booklet is getting ready, and I will be one of the first one using it for my own students. Thank you so much, John. And
Okay, thank you.
thank you, our viewers, and we'll see you very soon.